Did you know you can study animation in college?
You can?
Yeah, you can. All you gotta do... Oh my goodness. Do you want to learn how to animate?
Yeah, I do.
Why do you sound like that? So this video isn't really a tutorial exactly, but I'm basically sharing the curriculum of an animation class I took, so if you want homework, do these assignments, I guess. Here's every assignment I had in animation class. But first, backstory. Alright, stay with me. No, wait, no, wait. I'll be quick. Fall 2018. I had the opportunity to attend college and pursue my biggest passion in life, animation. I wanted to work in the animation industry as a visual development artist. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick. Basically, visual development is like concept art for animation. You got character design, environment design, stuff like that. After the long, stressful process of applying to the animation major, which had its ups and downs, somehow I managed to get in. Okay, let's actually start talking about animation. So before I was accepted into the major, I had to take an intro to 2D animation class, and look, we all gotta start somewhere. And this is where I had to start. The bouncing ball. This is pretty much always the first exercise in an animation course, but it's a good intro to the 12 principles of animation, such as squash and stretch, timing, arcs. I'm not going to explain all of them, but if you want to learn more about the 12 principles, I'll link this video in the description. There's also tons of videos about it. So, if you want to learn how to animate, and you want to learn the fundamentals, but you're not even sure what the fundamentals are, learn the 12 principles, animate a bouncing ball. The bouncing ball also is good practice for like animating physics and gravity, and that stuff is pretty important. And then we had the classic sack of flour assignment. This can be your next assignment. All you gotta do is you animate a sack of flour, but with emotion. I have to sneeze. So this exercise has been around since the 30s. And according to my research, it was developed at Disney as a way for animators to practice animating weight and gesture. I went above and beyond by animating not 1, not 3, but 2 flour sacks. My idea was kinda to make one sneak up on the other. The point is to try and take an inanimate object. The point is to take an inanimate object and make it feel like a character. How does a sack of flour walk around and move and express emotions? The idea is that every character is like a sack of flour, if you think about it. But really though, I mean, the flour sack is pretty much just a couple steps back from being a full character with limbs and stuff. Alright, so once you've animated your ball and sack, you've basically done the 2 main assignments in my intro to 2D animation class. We had a bunch of drawing assignments, but this video is about animation. Okay, back to the college narrative. I'd been accepted into the animation major, and although my goal was to emphasize in visual development, I was required to take a more in-depth animation class, which obviously makes sense for an animation student. But hey, animation's really fun. Now, on to the regular old 2D animation class. We started with an assignment where we had to animate another bouncing ball, but with emotion. I chose lazy, just like myself. Look at that. Then we had to animate a sperm. What? Oh, my bad. The ball with tail assignment. The idea of this assignment is to practice follow-through and overlapping action in its most basic form. Wherever the ball goes, the tail follows. Now I know what you're thinking, this looks really silly and stupid. But if you think about it, this is the first step to animating something like hair. Okay, ready? Look at this. Ready? Look. Ball, tail. Then we had another ball with tail assignment, but this time the ball had to be scared of something. I don't know, the criteria was really specific for some reason. I don't know why a dead fish just falls from the sky. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was really tired when I made this. You can skip this assignment. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't learn anything from this one. You can just I don't know what the point of this one is. Maybe to like learn how to animate another emotion. I don't know. I remember my friend in class couldn't stop laughing at how random it was. Lip syncing. This assignment was really fun and also really useful. Roll the clip. Are Pop-Tarts ravioli? Wait, what? Are Pop-Tarts ravioli? Wait, are they? Whatever, this is a self-explanatory assignment. If you want to animate characters talking, you gotta learn how to draw and animate mouths. Yeah. Did you think about that? Next. Next. Can we skip this one? Please? No? It's really important? Ugh. I feel like I've improved at walk cycles now, but man, when I did this assignment, it was rough. Some of these last assignments are easy to learn, but hard to master. But that's okay. You know, look. When you go to practice a new skill, your first attempt probably isn't going to be your best, right? But just keep practicing, and it'll become easier. Okay, let's get back into it. The walk cycle. Before I took this class, I don't know if I ever actually animated a walk cycle. So here's my first attempt. I was going for this cowboy outlaw guy with a big floppy hat, like sauntering, I guess. And okay, here's where I think I went wrong with this one. I think I went in to clean up the line art way too fast. I think I needed to do more rough passes before going in to clean it up, because the rough version I did doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks okay. The movement feels like it's there. I just needed to go over it a few more times. Here's my second walk cycle attempt. I didn't finish it before it was due, but I mean, I got the basic movement down. I challenged myself to animate a child walking around. I wish I finished this actually. I feel like this was coming along nicely, but a deadline's a deadline. If I had to give a little tip for this one, I would say start with just a normal walk cycle. Like, in fact, literally just walk cycle animation guide. Here you go. Here's like 50 walk cycle guides you can follow. Just take your character and just draw it in these poses. Contact down, passing up, contact down, passing up, and then it loops. Like, this is literally how I animated the title card. Is you just follow the guide. There's nothing wrong with just following the guide. That's why these exist, is so that you could just reference them. Nothing wrong with using reference. And speaking of reference, we were required to shoot a reference video for our next assignment, which was the lift assignment. In this one, we had to have a character pick up a heavy object. So my plan for this one was I had this cool skeleton Grim Reaper dude who was gonna pick up a scythe and then stab the ground with it. So this was my reference video for that. And I know what you're thinking, why is he holding a crocodile? Well, it's an alligator. And so I was trying to make this reference video feel realistic, so I had a dumbbell in my backpack, but I wasn't gonna freaking ground pound it on my bedroom floor, so I just cut and used an alligator. Yeah, any other questions? And all that said, I couldn't finish the animation in time. It's a pretty rough version. It doesn't look too good, kinda sucks. You guys are probably like, did you even pass this class? But yes, I passed the class. Effects. I loved this assignment because effects animation is just so fun. You could just animate straight ahead and just have fun with it. So effects animation is like organic simulations, like fire, smoke, explosions. Anything that's like an effect, basically. I went with water for mine. And yeah, that's it. That's all the 2D animation assignments. There's plenty of other animation exercises you can do to practice, but those are the ones we did in my class. And I think it's a solid lineup of assignments to get you started. I also took a 3D animation class. I will keep this brief. Here's just a short compilation of the assignments I did for 3D animation. I don't even know where all of them are, so this isn't all of them, but my biggest takeaway is that 3D animation and 2D animation really aren't all that different. It's just the software. One involves drawing and the other involves posing 3D models, but it's all the same principles, and we had to do a bouncing ball, we had to do a lift, a walk cycle. But yeah, that was my experience learning animation in college. I mean, like, a small part of my experience. In conclusion, whether you're a prospective animation student or a hobby animator, or maybe you just fell down a rabbit hole of animation videos and tutorials on YouTube, well, hopefully you got something out of this. And maybe this video was kind of all over the place, and sorry about that, but hey, ever since I was 11 years old, and I had Jask Animation Shop 3 on my computer, and I was learning how to animate. Well, I've just loved animation, and I love talking about it, so I hope you liked the video. I hope it was as fun to watch as it was for me to make, so thanks for watching. Bye!